I welcome you all to the Exponential Computers and Extension for Senior Secondary Schools in Katsina State. I'm Abdullahi Alhat to be presented. This is Civic Education for SS2. Topic 1. The topic 1 is talking about the importance of citizenship education. And below here are the course outline. The first one is who is a citizen, citizenship, citizenship education, and education itself. So let us look about who is a citizen. First of all, class, when we said citizen, who is a citizen? Okay, let us hear. If we said citizen, citizen is a legal member of a particular state or country. It's also a person who, by place of birth, nationality of one or both parent, or naturalization is granted, full rights and privileges, a member of a country. So when we say this is that, it means that a citizen is a person who is what? Who is a legal member of a country by the place of birth. It seems that every person who born in a particular country, so that individual person is automatically being considered as a what? As a automatically being considered as a citizen of that particular country. So that is first. And if an individual have a citizen of a country by naturalization, he can also has the right to enjoy all the potentials that a citizens by birth of that country will also enjoy. And the responsibilities and the rights of a citizen will also be enjoyed together. So when we talk about citizenship, citizenship, according to Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, defines citizenship as a member of a political community who enjoy the rights and assume the duties of membership. What we mean here is that what Stanford understands about citizenship is that it defines citizenship as a political community. So those political rights that we have as a member of a country, you have to enjoy them when you are a member of a particular country or a state. For instance, now, if a member or a citizen cannot be bought and be voted for if he is not a citizen of that country. You must be a citizen of a country before you choose a leader or before you vote a leader that you wanted to represent you. So those rights and the privileges, and you cannot be elected. You cannot be voted unless you are a citizen of that country. So those rights and the privileges that a citizen have should, should be maintained, and it's maintained and determined that this is a legal member of the country. In the continuation, according to Wikipedia, Wikipedia defines citizenship as a relationship between individual and his state, which individual own allegiance and in turn is entitled to its protection. What we mean here is that the relationship between individual and his states. You cannot have any relation with a country unless you are a citizen of it. You can go there, any of the country, you can go for study, for tourism, and so on and so forth. But the relationship between you and the state is just a common. But when you have when you're born in the country or you get the citizenship of their country by naturalization, by honor, or in one way or the other, so you will be considered, and there must be a relationship between you and what the state or the country. And there are so many rights and the privileges that you can be enjoyed. While if you are not among their citizens, you cannot be able to enjoy those rights. So that's what we are talking about. And you know that if you are a citizen, you have to be protected by the country. The right of the citizens and the government must make sure that you have been protected in every corner, in every aspect of life. Then education. When we talk about education here is that education is the process of imparting knowledge, experience, belief, attitudes, norms, values from one individual to another individual. What we mean here is that the process of imparting knowledge, belief, values, and experience. Education is just the process of imparting knowledge. I can say from the teacher to the learners. Here I'm imparting knowledge. That's education. I'm imparting knowledge to people. So the knowledge and experience that you have from our previous class and our class that we are doing here now, that's the education. When we talk about citizenship education, this is an education given to a citizens to know their rights, duties, obligations, and responsibilities. So the reason and the purpose for creating civic education or citizenship education in our schools, colleges, universities, and polytechnics is to make sure that knowledge of rights, duties, obligation, how to protect yourself, how to be law-abiding citizens, just to have the knowledge of how to make sure that your right is being protected and the duties of you as a citizen. You know that citizens has duties and you may not be able to know those duties unless you sit down on the class of civic education. For instance, now payment of tax is compulsory for each and every what, for each and every citizen. Respecting of national fleets, respecting of national anthem, it's also, they are all part of, and you cannot escape it. National anthem, the national currency, you have to respect it. So in that case, you have to sit down in a civic education class for you to understand what is your duties and what is your responsibilities. In continuation, citizenship education is also seen as education that provides the background knowledge necessary to create an ongoing stream of new citizens participating and engaging with the creation of civilized society. For your society to be civilized, those people that are in the society must know what is their duties and they will have to act to make sure that their responsibilities has been carried out successfully. So those duties of a citizens to be must be what, for instance, now citizens must be law abiding. There is laws under the constitution provided by the constitution, and every member of the country must make sure that those laws has been are being what, are being protected and the practice is the way it's supposed to be practiced. Thank you for listening. You can now subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exponential Computers, for recorded lesson. Thank you so much. I'm Abdullah Alhat, presented these slides